On March 26, 1945, Captain Abraham Baum led a task force deep into German enemy lines, about 50 miles actually, toward Hammelburg. This was to be General Patton's worst blunder in his career. Now, it's usually glossed over, but I thought today we would take a look, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. Alright, it's kind of a strange lead-in, I know, to a holiday special, but this is actually a teaser for an upcoming Batrep that I think you all might enjoy. It's kind of holiday themed. Let's go back to Baum for a second. Let me kind of give you the rest of the story, at least as I think it occurred. Back in 1945, there was a strong need for a dangerous, daring mission deep into German held areas, especially near Hammelburg, because the Allies had a very important mission to try to accomplish, and it is one that has been shrouded in secrecy ever since. It all goes back to 1941, when the Germans actually captured Santa Claus. And every year thereafter, the Allies mounted raid after raid and attempt to rescue Santa for every year. It was getting desperate. Now, as a matter of fact, the whole problem is it would be very demoralizing to the entire world, Allied cause especially, if this was common knowledge. So, the governments decided to, through their, their different organizations where they mobilize civilians to, help with the war effort and all. They use those same channels to basically inform the parents that, well, Santa's been captured and probably won't be visiting them this year, so they're going to have to cover for him. That's actually where the whole rumor about parents doing the presents under the tree came from. It's all based on, some historical event. So, fortunately, by the end of the war, with Germany falling, Santa was, obviously back on his job, but now we still have that, you got the Santa deniers who believe the propaganda, and then you got the Santa believers who know the truth. So anyway, let's take a look at what's going to happen now. In 1945, the Allies were desperate. 4 years in a row, in 41, 42, 43, and 44, every attempt failed, was foiled. Santa was in trouble. So in March, the Allies were getting closer and closer to his location, and there's actually a science compound in Hammelburg, which was actually a very convenient location from the Allies' perspective, because it turns out that back in 1943, Patton's son-in-law was actually taken as a prisoner of war in Tunisia, and he was actually held in the prisoner of war camp by Hammelburg, which is what led to this raid of Patton's by Captain Baum. The whole plan was for Baum to drive 50 miles in, go kind of open the camp, release the prisoners, and whoever they could bring back, especially Patton's son-in-law. Well, that's the official story. That was actually a cover operation for the Special Services raid, using the British Paras were involved, the SAS, and the American Rangers were involved, to actually head into a slightly different path, again toward Hammelburg, to this compound where Santa was being held. This compound is a science lab, and they were actually, it was discovered there was a plan to, now that they've got Santa, to transmogrify him back into Krampus, the old grumpy, mean kind of satanic character that was part of the older folklore of the area. Well, of course, the Allies can't let that happen, so they've launched this raid. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually have a Rescue Santa operation coming up in a few days, just in time for the holidays, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So stick around, watch out for that video. When it's out, I'll actually put a card at the end of this video to kind of link you directly to it. So Merry Christmas all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.